Despite being a game marketed for children, Pokemon has always had some deeply disturbing undertones. In this video, we'll be looking at the top 10 most upsetting Pokemon entries in Sun and Moon, and one human. At number 10, it's Beware. This cute and cuddly Pokemon only wants a hug. Unfortunately, due to its overwhelming physical strength, it will kill anybody who does so. This poor little stuffed toy is doomed to spend its entire life searching for cuddles, only to kill whoever is kind enough to give it one. At number 9, it's Kamala. This sleepy little guy was given the log it holds by its parents at birth. However, that is the only interaction it will ever have with its mum and dad, for Kamala was born asleep, spends its life asleep, and will die asleep. It will never know its parents, it will never have friends. Its entire life is just a dream. At number 8, it's Manky. The Pokédex entry states that Manky can suddenly become enraged at any time for no reason. This causes everyone to run away from him, and the ensuing loneliness makes him angrier still. Eventually, this anger exhausts him and he falls asleep, only for the rage to spill into his dreams and wake him up, making him angry all over again. All he wants is friends, and yet he can't stop himself from driving them away. At number 7, it's Primeape. With its evolution from Manky, this poor Pokemon becomes angrier still, to the point where it is even angry inside a Pokeball. Its uncontrollable rage is so great that it has been known to actually die because of it. Only in death can Primeape find peace. At number 6, it's Psyduck. This Pokemon has been around since the beginning, and in all that time has suffered constant headaches. These headaches are so powerful that they cause Psyduck to cry, and in his pain he will sometimes use his powerful psychokinesis without meaning to, often hurting the companions closest to him. At number 5, it's PukuMuku. This Pokemon lives in the sea, but will often be found washed up on shore, drying out and dying. It is often thrown back, but sometimes it is kept as the mucus it excretes is used as sunburn ointment. As if this wasn't enough for the poor creature, when it is threatened or hungry, it must eject its own internal organs in order to fight, which can't possibly be a pleasant experience for anyone involved. At number 4, it's Crabrawler. This contentious crab is fond of a fight, however it sometimes punches so much that its pincers actually drop off. These are then collected by humans as their meat is considered rich and delicious. The reason it punches so hard is perhaps because, if it ever loses, it will actually suffer a seizure and faint. At number 3, it's Crabominable. Evolution does not seem to have made this Pokemon's life any easier. In actual fact, it has gotten much worse. Aiming for the top and finding itself lost, it evolved to grow fur simply to stay alive. In times of desperation, Crabominable will also lop off its own arms to use as ballistic weapons. The Pokédex entry does not state if they ever grow back. At number 2, it's Araquanid. The Moon Pokédex entry states that if Araquanid finds a weak, vulnerable Pokemon, it will bring that Pokemon into its water bubble for protection, which seems very nice. However, the Sun Pokédex entry says that it attacks with that water bubble, and small Pokemon are sucked into it, and drowned. Araquanid will apparently drown those it cares about, and wants to protect. At number 1, it's Mimikyu. Everyone knows the tragic story of this poor Pokemon, who only wants to be loved like Pikachu, and who is yet so horrifying to look on that all who do so die in terror. What many people don't know, however, is that there are separate Pokédex entries for when its disguise is broken. Moon states that when its disguise is torn, it will work through the night to fix it. Sun, however, says that its neck was broken, and that whatever inside is probably unharmed. Probably. But even if it is, it's still very sad. It only wanted to be loved, and you broke it. You monster. And now we come to the tragic story of Goose Ma, leader of the Team Skull Gang. During the game, on Route 2, you can find a house with a husband and wife inside. They tell you that their son loved battling and ran away from home years ago to take on the Island Challenge trials. They haven't seen him since. Upstairs, there is just a dusty bed and family photos that haven't been moved in years. Everything is just as the child left it. A tragic story of parents who have lost their child, right? Well, if you return after beating the game, you discover that the child was Goose Ma. However, the father states, "I tried to set that boy of mine straight, but when I did, I was the one who got beat." That last line has caused a number of people to theorize that Guzman's father was actually abusive towards him, and that was one of the reasons Guzman left home and has not since returned. Further evidence is found in a bag of golf clubs that seem to belong to the father. Examining them, the description reads, "There are a number of bent and broken clubs in the bag," a sign perhaps of an uncontrollable temper. So Guzman ran away from home and left what he'd known behind, and created instead his own family. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching, and remember, gotta catch 'em all, especially the ones that really need your love.